Hey everybody. Today is the last day of 2020, and like many of you, I have been thinking about the year that just went by. And I thought, why not share it with my closest fans and followers in video form? This is a really intimate feeling for me, and I want you all to know that your support over the course of 2020 has meant the world to me. So let's have like a one-on-one chat where you don't get any input, but hey, one thing at a time. um, so I just wanted to do like a little bit of a year-end wrap-up here. 2020 was a wild, wild ride. When I started out the year, I had all of these ideas about all the things I was going to do this year. I was going to get so much done. I was going to expand my coaching practice. I was going to be going to conventions with my publishing company, Oneshi Press. That was a big part of the year. We had a huge year planned for publications. We were going to try to do 4 books with 4 separate Kickstarters. And, around mid-February, late February, maybe early March, things started to slow down a little bit. I am sure you are all familiar with this. I got very lucky in that I already work for myself from home, doing editorial work and publishing books. So I was extremely fortunate not to really take much of a hit in my work situation. I was not laid off from anywhere because I don't work for anyone, and the editorial work that I do continued to come in. So this year, kind of rather than doing all of these big changes that I had planned on, I really kind of buckled down and did more of the same and felt extremely grateful to have the ability to keep working. So really, instead of exploring all of these new things that I wanted to do and trying all of these new ideas, I kind of buried myself in work. And I have a feeling that probably a lot of other people did a similar thing. The world was overwhelming, and I tried to get involved in the ways that I could, with like the BLM protests, with the election, with things that I cared passionately about. But in the end, I was quarantined most of the year. So rather than despairing about how little I felt I could do, I kind of buried myself in work. I'm pretty sure that over the course of this year, I edited at least 25 books. I haven't actually done a count. I probably should. I didn't do a whole lot of coaching work, although I did take on a few clients that was really rewarding to work on. And my publishing company published 3 books. So we were short by 1. Actually, wait, no, if I think about it, I think that we did publish 2 comics anthologies, plus Tracy Queen Volume 2 and Mr. Guy Volume 1. So technically, we did publish 4 books, but it was not on the schedule that we had planned on, and there were a few that we didn't get to do because it was just, it was a difficult time to be producing new things. The production side of making comics was tough this year. And getting them out to people was tough, and fundraising for them was tough. Most people were having a lot of money difficulties this year, so it was a hard time to be crowdfunding. But we did successfully publish 4 books. I worked on all of them as an editor and or a writer. I curated 2 comics collections, which I am immensely proud of. It was the Justice Anthology in the winter season of oh my god, hang on. The Justice Anthology came out early this year during the winter, and then we published the Origins Anthology about a month ago, less than a month ago, wow. Plus Tracy Queen 2, my baby, and Mr. Guy Volume 1, which is a whole new undertaking that we just crowdfunded and started this year, which was written by J.L. Draco. So it's been really a pretty amazing year work-wise for me. I did accomplish a lot. It just wasn't all in the direction that I thought it was going to be in. I also, hey, check it out. I grew out my hair. This actually was on purpose. It's not just a lack of haircuts. But I'm already getting kind of bored with it. I might chop it all off again pretty soon. We'll see what happens. What else did I do? I tried NaNoWriMo for the 2nd time in a row, and I failed to meet my goals for the 2nd time in a row, but I did get a lot of good work done on a novel project. I did finish a first draft of a short story that I think is really more of a novella, and I sent it out to a few beta readers. So actually, got some pretty good creative work done. I have plans for both of those projects in the new year. I made a giant discovery about my writing, which is that my fiction work, with the exception of comics that I have done, and even including some of the comics I have done, is all in the horror genre. I'm a horror writer. My fiction is horror. I had no idea until it just occurred to me this year. So that puts me off in a whole new direction as far as my writing goes, and I'm really excited to see what happens with that in the new year. I went on a bunch of podcasts. I became the porn expert for the My Orgasmic Life podcast hosted by Gaia Morissette. I was on that podcast, I think, 3 times this year. And it inspired me. Here is the really big news, folks. It inspired me to start my own podcast. Right now, we have not launched it yet, but there are a few episodes out there of Hourgasm, which is a podcast that I am doing with Lenny Peppers, who is an activist, academic, filmmaker, and comedian here in Missoula. We are talking about how to decolonize sexuality and gender. That's the focus of the podcast. So far, we have recorded 8 episodes. Some of them are up now on Spotify, Amazon, I forget all the places. Like I said, we haven't done a full launch yet. We don't have all of the episodes ready to go out, so it's sort of a soft launch. So that means that 2021 is going to be the year of Lynsey podcasting. I am so excited to share all the links with you when they're ready to go, to share the website with you when it's done. We've been working on it for about 2 months now? I don't know. But it's going really well. I'm really excited. We're going to talk to a lot of people who have expertise in different areas, that can talk about gender and sexuality from a decolonization standpoint. And this is so exciting to me because this is exactly the kind of work that I want to do. I'm also hoping to take the decolonizing conversation into the realm of comics. I really am hoping to at least start the process of putting together a collection of comics that focuses on decolonizing sexuality and gender. I have a few folks in mind that I'm going to reach out to in the new year about collaborating and kind of see how we can make this happen. So that's a huge project that I'm undertaking. I'm also hoping that I will finish my novel finally, or at least the first draft of it, that I will start working, like I said, on this I'm a horror writer thing and see where that goes. I'm going to make some big updates to my website. Hopefully going to be doing a push to gather more mailing list members, so that I can share the projects that I'm working on, with other people besides you guys, even though you guys are my favorites. I'm absolutely, unless something goes horribly wrong, going to get vaccinated. Hopefully in the next few months. I don't expect that 2021 is going to have us all going back to normal life. Personally, I think there's going to be holdups and hangups and things aren't going to go as smoothly as we hope. But I do have reason to believe that because I am an immune compromised person, my name will be slightly higher up on the list than some others, so I may be able to go to the grocery store again by the time, say, June rolls around. That's something I haven't done in 10 months, and it's really exciting to think about and also terrifying. So those are my big plans for 2021. I really hope that everyone who's watching this will be along for the ride with me. I hope that 2021, even though it may not be easy, will be at least moving things in the right direction for all of you. I hope that we find more ways to get together with our communities, whether that's in person or not, remains to be seen. I hope that we find the support and the love and the creative outlets that we need. And I hope that we stay strong and awesome, and I just hope for the best for all of you. So that's it. A little wrap up and a little preview of 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. Kick 2020 to the curb. Take the lessons that you learned with you and look into the future, because boy, are we ever ready for it. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks, folks.